Ready to make changes in your life but just don't know where to start? Read all the self-help books but nothing works? Let me tell you something. It's not the books. The problem is... Hi there, I'm Chantel and welcome to my brazen world where I help women over 40 believe, plan and live the life they truly desire. I love a self-help book. I mean, I've read thousands probably, whether that be hard book or audio in my lifetime. However, before I started my own brazen journey of change, none of the books I read ever worked for me. None of them. Nothing in the information in those books, all the things that they promised, never worked for me. However, once I started my journey, picked up the same books I read all them years ago, things started to click. And here's the reason why. So, all those years ago, before my midlife crisis at the age of 41, where I made the actual decision to change my life for good, I burnt the boats, this is it, I'm not going or continuing to live the life I was currently living. Before that very moment, I read all the self-help books about money, relationships, mindset, career, every damn thing I read, none of them worked. Do you know why? Because now I see that my beliefs and operating system at the time of reading those books were not conducive to any change. Literally, the things I believed, the things that I experienced, and the things that I decided was my framing, that is what held me in the position where none of the information in those books were actually helping me, because I did not believe anything that the author was saying, because what they were saying did not reflect my life. They didn't know how hard it was that what I was going through. They didn't know how uncomfortable I felt in my body when I was 30 pounds bigger than I was. They didn't understand the stress, the anxiety and all that comes with being nearly 20 grand in debt. Yes, the words were on the page. Yes, they were telling me what I could and couldn't do. But my belief system was so rooted in in that identity that I had at the time, there was no way that their words could have got through to me. So no matter what they said and no matter what they said to do, I kind of was like, yeah, okay, this book is not the right one for me. I'm going to read the other one. And so the same pattern began. Not only did they just take my money, I kind of wasted a lot of time because the root of my problem was not the information that the books had. It was my belief about myself at that time. If right now you are currently in a belief system that's keeping you in a situation that you do not want to be in, let me know in the comments below, because changing your beliefs is the first step to actually opening your mind to actually receiving information that is really going to help you and get you out of that rut. The rut I know and have experienced for so many years before I made my changes myself. I know it's possible to get yourself out of that rut by first changing your belief system. Another reason why those millions of self-help books that I read did not work for me is because, to be honest, I had unrealistic expectations. Because I wasn't dealing with or had no actual understanding that it was my beliefs that were keeping me where I was, I had unrealistic expectations of what these books could do. I've read a book on weight loss, let's say, and the information, if I read it now, will make so much sense and I can actually move towards all the things that they told me to do. But at that time, my unrealistic goals was I'm going to read this book and then this book is going to change my life. Well, it didn't, because the expectations that I had were far beyond the author's capabilities in terms of where I was at the time. It was the wrong message that I was seeking. So if you are really struggling with things that are going on in your life and you're turning to self-help books, again, I'll go back to my first point. Work on your belief system first, because you will just not be ready for the information that the person's given you, and your expectations of what the book can actually give you will fall on deaf ears. So start on your beliefs. Start from the beginning. Don't get me entirely wrong. There are books that I have read and they actually did, whilst I'm reading them, motivate me to actually make some changes. But that motivation kind of ended at the end of that chapter, where I'd close the book and just go about my business as usual, working to the same autopilot default that kept me in the situation I was. There was a total lack of accountability on my behalf for the actions that were actually needed to get to the point that I was motivated to do. Accountability plays a big role in terms of when you're seeking knowledge or when you're seeking advice, to be accountable to yourself, to keep those promises that you have for yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. I literally did a video about that a few months ago. You have to be accountable for everything that you do. Otherwise, you are not going to be able to move forward in any aspect of your life if you cannot look yourself in the eye and say that you have done all that you needed to do in order to push forward. It's so easy to look outside and think the reason why things aren't going well, or the reasons why things aren't, just working out, is because of other people. When we really check it, really check it, we don't hold ourselves accountable as much as we should do. And it all starts with us. So one of the reasons why a self-help book may not work for you is because you're just not holding yourself accountable. You're being motivated, but you're not setting an action to do and then following through on that action. Get accountable, ladies. Start to keep the promises that you make to yourself. When I sometimes stumbled on a book that actually did motivate me and did actually make me take some action, you know how long that action lasts? Couple days, couple weeks, and then it just went back to my default. I never gave the actual action that the book or the author told me to do enough time to kind of gain momentum, to start to kind of intertwine in my day-to-day living or my day-to-day thinking. I just wanted that magic bullet. I just wanted everything to change right here, right now. Don't we all feel like that? I just want to snap your fingers and everything's back to, or everything is changed to how we want it to change. Everything takes time. Where you are right now did not happen yesterday. It took a combination of experiences, a combination of repetitive thoughts, a combination of repetitive actions that actually got you to the stage that you, sorry, my watch is distracting me, but actually got you to the stage where you are right now. So when you get motivated to make action and take action, don't expect the actual results of the action that you take are going to happen straight away. When I started off my weight loss journey all those years ago, my main thing was just to lose 30 pounds. I knew that I could never lose 30 pounds in 30 days, how everyone on the internet might tell you it is. However, I focused on just making sure the habit of moving my body daily started to become a part of my life, and time after time after time, the weight kind of fell off. If I decided that after 2 weeks I wasn't seeing any progress, and you would never see progress, you won't see any progress unless you're doing some extreme dieting or some extreme exercise. You're not going to see progress, but it's just giving everything time to work. That is what I was lacking. And maybe sometimes the self-help books that you're reading, you're thinking they're not working, but it's because you are not being consistent. You're not setting yourself a long enough timeline to actually see the effects and have those actions that you're trying to do integrate into your daily life so they become habits. Now I'm going to get a bit personal, and the reason why I'm getting personal is because I was just like you. The self-help books did not work because I was not ready for change. I wasn't. I was so stuck in my lifestyle. I was so stuck in my comfort zone. I was there, rigid, thinking this is as good as it gets. I cannot do anything. I have not got the power to do anything to change my situation. I was just not ready for change. What would change mean? Who would I become? I had no idea. And that fear alone, on terms of not only who am I going to become or what I want to become, the fear of how long it's going to take to become that person was debilitating. You just wasn't ready for change. If you're not ready for change, stop stressing yourself out. Stop saying that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Stop fooling yourself, ladies. Real talk. When you decide you are really ready for change, that's the time to take action. Do not pretend you are ready, because change takes work, change takes action, and change takes time. If you are ready for change, let me know in the comments below, put a hashtag I am brazen and you're ready for change. But otherwise, just relax and be in your comfort zone, but know that your comfort zone is where you want to be. Stop pretending that you want to be anywhere else, because if you did, the desire for change would be more than the desire to stay comfortable. And I can only say that because I've been there. I've been in that cycle of thinking I want to change, but actually I ain't really got time to do all the things that they're telling me I need to do. Who's got time for that? I might as well just stay and keep carrying on in my daily misery, because that's what I know, that's what I'm comfortable with. And actually, again, I don't have to be accountable for any of my actions. I can just stay where I am. Okay, rant over, but if you're not ready for change, just admit that to yourself and just keep plodding along. Okay? If you are ready for change, make sure you subscribe to my videos, because I am trying to inspire the change that I went through to let you know change is possible for you too. That's why I think self-help books in the past have not worked for you. But if you're ready, really ready and committed to the life that is the other end of the spectrum you're living, the life that you are fulfilling your goals, the life that you're waking up and you can't wait to start the day, the life that you don't even think maybe right now is attainable to you, it is. And I'm coming in closer because I'm telling you, it is, okay? So, find a book that you might have read a few months or years ago. Something that had a few bits, some light bulb moments in that book. And decide whether you are ready to actually do the work. You have to be ready to do the work. Otherwise, the self-help book will not work for you. And if you're wondering where to get started, I'm going to tell you the 3 books that changed my life. I've written down in the description box below. These 3 books, read in the order that I give you, will have if you're ready for change, I keep saying, if you're ready for change, these 3 books will actually set you on the path to where you want to be, because those are the 3 books that I read that just had those light bulb moments when I was decided enough was enough. Those books I still read every year, all of them back to back, because I need a reminder that I still have more to grow. We all do. We're never at our final destination. It's all a journey, and let's have fun on that journey. Let's ignite those brazen spirits and let's get to work. No matter where you are in your journey, check the description box below and grab one of the free workbooks that will help you ignite your brazen spirit. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos.